Greetings and salutation, guys, gals, people, and pals. It's the gentleman Sir Turtle, and we're back at it again with our free-to-play run. Kuma, I believe, has officially ended. Now it's like what, day 2 past that. You know, the kicking nuts of what's been happening has happened. We now have Vega, we now have Fire Chun-Li, and we can expect a possible new unit or two, probably next month, in the first week or two of May, with how the way they launch units and how things are playing out. This is speculation. I don't have a confirmed answer. That's why I say expect and possible. You know, these are our favorite words. So, you know, see what's to come and what may be here. Um, if we're talking in terms of collaborations and stuff like that, what we know or that already exists in terms of other regions and assets that are available. We've already had Monster Hunter, and the only other collaboration that's available from the assets that are already available is the Devil May Cry. Unless they decide to do a brand new collaboration for A plus Crunchyroll, which supposedly is one of the plans that they're hoping to achieve, where we do get unique units for our regions and stuff like that, which that's a dope idea. I'm legitimately excited to see what the potentials and possibilities of future collabs, whether if it's anime or video games, what IPs are possible, and so on and so forth. It's very, very exciting news. So, I hopefully it will be a little bit more free to play, but they gotta pay bills, so it's understandable where it may end up being a pay to win only unit. And sometimes those suck, but hey, like I said, they gotta pay servers, they gotta pay IP licenses and stuff like that. So you gotta think about it in terms of business. It's as an actual customer, it may feel kind of like, depending on what bracket base of finances you are, it may seem a little bit sucky. If you have the funds, it may not feel as sucky, but then maybe you're a conscientious spender and it does feel sucky. There's so many different avenues and ways, but it's a business first. And I think if we take into consideration all other video games and how the business is, yeah, you pay $60-$70 for system games or PC games and stuff like that. And the argument is, yeah, but you're paying that for a full game. You do have to take into consideration that this game is initially offered free, so you're getting a large what's the word? Not large. You're getting a game of enjoyment for zero price, and or they have to make money one way or another. So they're not giving you the initial fee of spending to buy a game, but they're like, hey, this character you might want to buy, or hey, these materials you might want to buy, and so on and so forth. um Obviously, depending on how they handle finances and how they handle the packages and stuff like that, it's a little bit different. And it, best bang for your buck might not be there. That's completely understandable. And if you're one of those people, talk with your wallets and don't spend. They'll maybe hopefully see the impact of that, and things will change. But that's a time and topic for a future where we hope to see stuffs progress. I had a very interesting conversation today. Today was the Friday Fighters podcast and content creator call. And within the podcast, something that was brought up was in terms of like the financials of the game and how they handle things, and like what's free to play and what's not free to play. They brought up this event, not this event. They brought up Flame Chung Lee as a tester. The way that it was suggested is just like this whole thing with the discount initially never was here. It was Chung Li was not Chung Li. Fashion Sakura was first. It was 100, and you get a 50% discount for a limited time, and then after that time it became 100 back to 100, and then after that time it got cycled out for a new fashion, new legendary unit, which is now Flame Chun-Li. So it seems like they're trying to figure out, okay, do people want to spend $100 on it? Most likely not, unless you're a whale and you want it right then and there. So they're like, okay, do people want $50? Do people want $30, $35? What's the lowest? Right now they're seeing if $29. It seems like they're saying that $29 is a good price. Are people willing to, first of all, do all the work that you need to do to get it to $29? And then once people get it to $29, are people willing to buy it for that $29? You know? And then here's the other thing where I guess people automatically see it as, oh, it's a pay to win unit, you have to have it or you're gonna be stuck and you're screwed. Not really. Like, if you look at all the units that have came out and all, you know, versus the units that are already in the game, and like which are the ones that even whales or most people are using, the units that are already in game. Like, realistically, if you're like, oh yeah, well, Akuma is a boss battle unit, or Trendy Cammy is a boss battle unit, I mean, yes, so is Cammy. She's free to play and easier to gather. So like, you know, there's no, yes, there are pay to win units, but they're not game breaking or mandatory where you're like, oh, you know, I have to own this pay to win character. There's not a single pay to win character that you're mandatory to own, realistically. Is some people would be like, well, my Monster Hunter can for whales are super expensive, and they carry, they take so far, and they say that there's wheat is needed. No, like, again, in time, you know, we'll get to a point where you'll hit that wall that they are at, and you'll be using different units. And Monster Hunter Ken is not mandatory. Does he make things easier? Yeah, but so does a couple of other units that, you know, are units similar to him and they do what he does. Not 100%, but you can also find alternatives. So again, there's no one unit where it's like, damn, I really have to have it. Because there's even some points where some teams, some whales don't even use Monster Hunter Cannon. They're using other units that will make their damage boost up a little bit differently. Again, I'm not saying it's all, because there are a majority of whales do use Monster Hunter Cannon. But that's just more in terms of like overall power. Like Bison, you know, you don't have to. Is he a mandatory unit? No. I mean, yes, is he like a game breaking unit, but is he mandatory? Yeah. Some people will argue, yeah. I would say if you have Beast Egg Eve, maybe not, you know? So it's just, I went on a rant. I'm sorry. It's just basically, there's so many avenues on how to play the game. There's no one right way. Just do what you want to do and what makes you happy. And I'm gonna keep repeating that because it's like a lot of people just so hung up on like min-maxing or finding the best potential and like what's the right way, and like they get so hung up on that. There's no one right way. I understand meta exists. I understand there's like a potential of how to play a game and what you can achieve. But in a game where literally no, like maybe one or two people, well, I'm underselling it. But in a game where a small percentage of players actually have all the units triple S, like realistically, whales are the only ones that have them. I can name a couple of YouTubers that they're just the whales. They're the only ones that are able to do it. But then they're spending like thousands of dollars, you know. So I myself am not there. Will take time, but that's why I haven't. I feel it's an excuse. It's hard to make content that you're not capable of fully saying, "Oh yeah, I have experienced this." You know, I haven't experienced having 15 triple S's. I haven't experienced the max, the Kuma. So it is a little bit harder to I guess compete in that extent, because some, almost everything ends up being a competition. But yeah, I guess for me, I'm not competing, but I want to put out the best content, and I feel like I'm hindering myself in achieving that. And I am my own worst enemy. So please don't be your own worst enemy. And I've spoken about it time and time again. Fear is that mind killer, and if you let it take over, you're not gonna do much. And I feel like I'm letting it take over, and I have to break past that barrier and that point. Um, like I've been stuck at the same subscription point. I haven't been putting the content that I've been saying I want to do. So I'm being a little hypocritical, and there's no one to blame but myself. So I hope you guys, I'm sorry if I'm ranting or if I'm like, yeah, what is it, trauma dumping or something. It's more of like letting you understand or know, like, you're not alone in terms of like dealing with like stuff that's scary, the unknown, uncertainty. You're not the first to be afraid of opening that business or starting to record your YouTubes or podcasts or streams and stuff like that. Just understand that, because you're not alone, you can see that other people have done it and pushed through, and maybe you can use that as motivation. So, I hope that that's something that can be beneficial to everyone. Man, my gear game sucks. My gear game sucks very badly. Like, hey, what is this? What am I supposed to do with this? And I'm not good. The thing is, it's like when I do buy the gear, I don't get the faction gear, and that's like annoying. It's very, very annoying. And then, like, I don't want to waste the experience on these things. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess I could feed them, but I want to do my dailies and stuff. Just don't feel good. It just don't feel good. I didn't realize that was that far in Battle Royale. Alright, moving forward, let's go. Next one. Alright. Surprising you can't skip these battles yet. But maybe because I'm not at that point. Oh, it looks like I'm getting rocked on this one.
I don't want, I don't need, I don't care, and I won't give. I don't want, I don't need, I don't care, and I won't give. All I need is only solutions. All I need is only solutions. All I need is only solutions.
Maybe. These matches is slow, but you know. Gotta knock him out. Hey, we moved down up. Three more to go. 12 hours later. Two more to go. Alright, we got defeated by that one, Mr. Bernie Cortez, last one. Come on. We almost done. And we do the server rank number 8. Alright, that's all of them. It's a Friday night. We're gonna call it a little bit early. We did all the stuff that we need to do. Did say I want to push hard, but tomorrow I have a plan, hopefully, to be able to maybe make tomorrow's episode a little bit longer and broken up, and see how far I can actually push the whole Beast and Geef Guile thing to, like, we're in 1916. So what would be a success? 2 chapters? 21? 3 chapters? Maybe we'll find out. You know, let me know in the comments down below. What type of push would you like to see? How far and how long would you like for me to grind it out? You know, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, stay happy, stay hydrated, stay alive. The turtle out.